Welcome everyone to the Trisbrina Show, where tonight we're going to dive into the 5 reasons that you should do an energy detox.
That's right.
And this is so time sensitive because if you haven't heard, next week we kick off an energy detox and reboot event, and this is 5 free days of energy classes, and we'll explain to you what we mean by energy detox and reboot as we move along. And we're going to put the link right up there on the screen. If you're already registered, great. We can't wait to see you. We kick off Tuesday, July 16th. If you haven't, go and get your spot, and as soon as you do, you're going to get a free copy of a Qigong routine called Daily Qigong, the feel-good routine. So if I could just do a quick little commercial, I'd just like to say, imagine a life free from pain and just full of energy where you are brimming with positivity. Well, that's what our 5-day energy detox and reboot virtual event can do for you. If you just join us for an hour each day, it's Tuesday through Saturday, and we'll learn Qigong, Tai Chi, breathwork, meditation, all these things to rejuvenate your mind and body. We're also going to get into increasing muscle mass and bone density, sleeping better. And then, like I said, as a bonus, as soon as you register, you get a routine, a Qigong routine to start doing right now. It's under 10 minutes. It's called Daily Qigong, the feel-good routine. We've actually already received messages from people. I got one today from a woman in Australia, and she said, I have sciatica pain, and ever since doing the daily routine, I'm not having it anymore. Can I tell my friends about this? We're like, yes, please.
Please share the word. Yeah, if you have a friend or 2 or 3 that you think would enjoy a program, a training, free 5 days, it's like 5 classes with us. There's the link one more time, satorimethod.com/energy for those of you who are just listening. Yes, we'd really appreciate it. We'd love to share the love and help people get out of pain, get out of suffering. And we're going to dive into the 5 top reasons that you really do need an energy detox. I'm sure you have noticed the energy conversation is off the charts these days. The world is changing. The consciousness is evolving. People are getting it. We're made of energy. It's not a woo-woo thing anymore. It's not just a luxury.
It's a
wow. I like that. It's an essential. We are bombarded by stress and electromagnetic frequencies and negative Nelly people, and our energy system is a real thing. We'll talk about that today. It gets disrupted, it gets blocked, it gets stagnant, and we need to clear it with an energy detox. Here we go.
So let's just jump right in. I think the number one reason that doing an energy detox and reboot, especially right now, it's halfway through the year. Sometimes we're all enthusiastic in January, and then halfway through the year, it's like, next year. But no, we can reboot and detox right now. I think the number one reason is for pain.
Absolutely.
Aches, pains, stiffness, and a lack of mobility.
Absolutely. That's, we ask people when they come and join us for this event, we've been asking them for 10 years just about, what is going on with you? What's going on with your body? And so we get a lot of feedback. We know from our own experience what's happening within our bodies. For me, it was a lot of physical pain. Sabrina's more on the side of it was more, worry and anxiety. But we'll talk about the physical pain first. People are telling us their bodies hurt. Like, you might be 40, 50, 60 or older. As the body gets older, it needs more TLC. It needs more movement. And we tend to be more sedentary as we age. Or when we get injured, sometimes doctors tell us, oh, be more careful. You're getting older. Or the conversation, the narrative in life is like, well, it's all downhill from here. Or that's just the way it is when you're in your 60s and 70s.
It's always been this way.
Yeah, and that's just not the case, because if you know how to move your body in a certain way with circular motions that are gentle, that are calming, that unwind the tension and get the energy flowing in the body, your body is a self-healing, self-regenerating, amazing organism, and you can come back to life. Yeah. It's the art of longevity. It's known as Qigong, and we're going to be teaching that.
And if you aren't familiar with energy arts and these gentle movements like Qigong, they really are perfect for all ages and all levels. One of the things that I love about it, well, first of all, it's extremely effective.
Very effective.
Very, very,
Anyone
very
can do it.
Effective. Especially there's so much scientific research on fibromyalgia, arthritis, blood pressure, the fast acting effects of things like Tai Chi and Qigong, joint stiffness, but it isn't hard on the body. We have people that do some of these techniques from a chair, sitting in a chair. We have people who before the energy detox couldn't walk up and down stairs, and now they couldn't raise their arm all the way up, couldn't sleep all night. Like when it's interesting with an energy block that could be causing pain, because when we detox and clear an energy block from somewhere in the body, you don't know that that is what was causing pain in that other area.
It's deferred, it's connected. For me, you talked about people learning from sitting in a chair. I actually had to learn these arts from the ground. I had a back injury back in the year 2000, 2001 was when it got really, really bad. After the injury, I couldn't walk. And so when I finally came upon these energy arts, I could only stand for like 2 minutes. So if you're going through physical pain, if you're dealing with whether you're, not able to stand for a long time like me, or you're so just fed up with feeling like you're in a pain prison. That's how I felt. Like I would carry pillows everywhere we would go. Sabrina had to at one point tie my shoes for me. I couldn't do the things that I love to do.
We couldn't go to the movies. We couldn't do anything.
Couldn't even take out the trash.
Sometimes pain is just my back goes out. I'm always careful because my back goes out.
My shoulder hurts or my neck.
I got a bum knee.
These movements, they are so gentle and yet effective because they work on a tissue, a connective tissue below the skin known as the fascia. So we're talking about an energy art. Sabrina's mentioned Tai Chi. The grandfather of Tai Chi is Qigong. And we are Qigong enthusiasts. It's what we love. And we will be teaching that to you for 5 days. The first layer is the physical tissue, the physical body. Just going to geek out just for a second. This fascial tissue is a secondary nervous system. It's communicating information through your whole body. It's actually the largest organ. You thought it was your skin. It's now been defined as your fascia. And so when the fascia gets hot from inflammation, it's supposed to be gelatinous and fluid-like. It gets sticky, brittle, gets adhesions,
like
and
leather.
It tugs on nerves, it tugs on muscles because it flows through the muscle tissue. It's around the organs, tendons, ligaments, everywhere. If it's off, like Sabrina said, like if we pull this one little piece of her dress over here, well, it's affecting the dress over there. It's all connected. So don't touch the dress. Day one, we're really diving into that. Well, let's address the pain. Let's get the stiffness. What's that saying? You said it the other day. Something pain, not pain be gone. Pain. It'll come to me. I'll share with
you think about it. Okay, so the second reason.
The pain stops here.
The pain stops here. I love that. The pain stops here. The second reason, and I love that you mentioned that's what we're diving into on day one, because over the 5 days of the energy event, we'll be going through different doors of really just freedom. Health and vitality. Yeah. But the second reason has more to do with what a lot of people would call their energy level or their fatigue or getting tired. And I'll tell you the way I feel about this is you go through those times in your life where it's like halfway through the day and you're like, gosh, I already feel like the day's done and it's 4 o'clock.
Maybe another cup of coffee will help.
You ran out. And so we look for stimulants. Sometimes we look for food. Oh, I have to have my nap. But sometimes it's because the energy that we're tapping into isn't flowing. So where we used to live in the house before this, there was a small body of water. And sometimes it would be flowing and clean, and then sometimes we would go there and it would be all dried up and stagnant, and you could see how filthy it is. And that always reminds me of the energy in the body, and that's why when we wake up in the morning, it's so good to do some of these movements, like shaking the oil and vinegar salad dressing. That stuff settles in the bottom. You gotta shake it up.
Just like that.
And so sometimes with the energy, it just will feel heavy. And I notice that if I'm not practicing the energy arts, which keeps the energy flowing, and I'm going to say consistent, it feels very consistent.
Steady flow.
That I get more tired. Have you ever been on a flight and like you're on an airplane and you're like, what's happening? And you just fall asleep almost as soon as you take off. That's because of the air. Things get very stagnant, the air pressure. It's the energy isn't able to flow. You're sitting, you're not able to move. So that's the real second reason. If you're someone who just feels like, I don't have the energy that I used to have, and when I do, it feels like really on and really off.
Well, inside your physical body, in that fascial tissue we were talking about, are energy pathways known as meridians. It's what the acupuncturists stimulate with little needles and with certain movements and pressure points to get the life force, chi, the yogis call it prana, flowing through the tissue again. Now, when it's blocked, like Sabrina was talking about, that stagnation, it's going to cause a backup on one side and a depletion on the other, like that river that we talk about. Now, when the energy is flowing, you have energy. You have energy flow. You have resilience. Your nervous system is calibrated. Your immune system is stronger. It's more booted. And we'll talk about that in a moment. But the energy channels can be stimulated. So we're going to show you how do you stimulate them. We're going to open the tissue and we're going to do all these really cool moves that percolate and percuss the body. It gets the energy, and then we're going to use your breathing and your mind, because this is a key in Qigong. It's movement and some postures. It's breath, the right breath and the right intention, and the energy flows. And you are like bouncing. You're ready to rock. And we have seen people like I don't know your age anymore. I'm going to be 57 in a couple of days. We're in that, how do you say it?
Beautiful.
So we're in that bracket. That's it. We're in that bracket, 50-60 bracket. We have more bubbly energy now, I do, than when I was in my 30s and 40s, because my energy was really disrupted.
Yeah. So I want to tuck something else into this reason number 2 that has to do with energy and fatigue and being tired. A lot of people are tired, and a lot of women that I speak to that are like 45 to 60, we're just not sleeping as well as we used to. We can fall asleep, but then maybe we wake up and it takes longer to get back to sleep, or we sleep but we wake up and we're tired, and there's things going on with the hormones, and there's things going on. The body isn't getting recharged. So just like if I forget to plug my phone in, of course it's not going to have the energy the next day. So this also really helps to get the body back on track, to reset everything, including, I have felt it really has helped keep my hormones more balanced so that my sleep is good and deep and long.
Well, there's some really cool things with Qigong. We were talking about intention in the mind, where you're going inside, and you've probably heard about the power of creative visualization and how people have healed their body with their mind. It's known as psychosoma, psycho meaning the mind and soma the body, that they're related. And so you can use the power of your thoughts, awareness, and intention to move the energy and to heal areas in your body, which really leads us to number 3.
All right.
Dis-ease. Illness, inflammation, weakened immune system, things that the doctors just can't seem to figure out. Illness in the body is scary. It's very scary, and we read the polls, and there's people that are dealing with a lot of different...
When we say we read the polls, people registered for the event. As they enter into our a group, they answer some questions.
So because we're reading these polls, and we're just really paying attention and listening, what's amazing is, because when you work with energy, it's so intelligent. It's like, think of it as life force intelligence. It knows what you need. It knows where to go and what. So energy is information that vibrates in a certain frequency, energy. So if you have low energy or negative energy, it's vibrating information that's a lower quality. When the energy is of a higher quality and a higher consciousness, if you will, that information feeds your cells. It reminds your body of what normal is. It returns and resets the tissue and the organs to homeostasis, to their natural state. This is why people can have these incredible healings with energy medicine and energy work.
That just reminded me, sometimes at night we watch America's Got Talent or we watch the recordings of it. And someone's talent was that they spent all day in the studio and they set up the dominoes.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember? And from one domino, all of these things happened, and a ball went down a slide, and it hit, and it just went on and on and on and on and on. Sometimes that's always makes me giggle because it's like energy. You just when you reboot your energy, you hit that first domino, and then everything starts to reboot in your body. Something that seems so unrelated. You're like, how did that happen? How did that ball go down the slide because I hit this domino over here? Well, it's because the pathway for energy and health and vitality wasn't flowing. This body is so smart.
Yes.
It's so intelligent. It is full of secrets. It wants to heal. Like I had a really bad burn on my shoulder here.
It was there. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh.
It was like a second-degree burn because
wasn't that long
somehow
ago? You can't even see
skillet
it now.
got set on it. And how does the body do that? From underneath, it starts creating new tissue. It wants to heal, right? If you give it what it needs.
But what does it need?
Energy.
The right energy, the right information.
Yeah.
Because that healed so fast, but you held the mindset.
It was about 6 weeks, but still amazing.
Well, you can't even see it now. So the body had the intelligence to regrow the tissue based on information that your body had imprinted.
Yeah. I mean, there was a part of us that were like, there's no way this can heal.
So we're talking about illness and dis-ease. The word disease, if you hyphenate it, means that there's a disconnection in the information. Mm-hmm. And so the body sometimes attacks itself, or it doesn't heal because it's not getting the life force information that it needs to recalibrate back. So when you're super stressed out, you're disrupted. When you're around energy that is low vibration, it affects you. Mm-hmm. So we want to put you in an environment where you soak in the highest quality of information, energy, so your body can remember.
Now, before we move on to reason number 4, because we talked about really pain, we talked about energy levels, and then we talked about disease. If you're thinking, if you're new, like, what the heck are we going to be doing? These very simple, ancient movements with maybe a modern slant on it. We're going to be moving joints. We're going to be releasing fascia. We're going to be breathing in certain ways. We're going to hold a mental intention at the same time that we move. Those of you who are familiar with EFT tapping, you know how miraculous that is. This is, for me, it's that on steroids. Anyone can do this. It's very simple ways to unlock
Feels great.
Naturally your own energy. So the fourth reason that we think everybody should do an energy detox and reboot, and I'd say this is probably has been the most important for me in my life, is for stress and my mind and anxiety and looping and worrying. And kind of getting caught up in almost overthinking and overanalyzing, which leads me to like a lack of trust and trying to figure everything out and feeling like I'm running and it's my responsibility to do everything, but no matter what I do, it's not enough. It's just brain fog, and that can lead to sleep disorders. It can also affect digestion. It certainly did for me, and also addictions. So if you don't have a way to calm down, we're going to sometimes look for habits and patterns to help us calm down, whether that's through bad food choices or not the best food choices, or alcohol, or in anything that we're just trying to like get away from our own thoughts. To me, when I do these energy arts, it gives my mind something to focus on, and I feel so good that somehow it like puts the baby to sleep. And I just don't have it. And not only does it quiet the anxiety, but it turns up the volume on the contentment and the peace.
There's a statement that I love because it's a very teaching statement from the world of energy psychology. You referenced EFT tapping, and it may have even been Gary Craig who coined this phrase. The root cause of negative emotion, so we're talking about worry and anxiety and looping and fear-based thinking, the root cause is a disruption in your body's energy system. So if you don't know what EFT tapping is, it doesn't matter, but that was a modality that was just mentioned where you're tapping on these energy points based on energy work, Qigong. And when you're doing these things, you're cleaning up the signal and you're helping to remove the disruption. Now, why did I bring that up? Because if the root cause of these negative emotions and therefore negative thinking and negative habits and behaviors is energy being disrupted
Or stagnant.
then we know the solution. Let's clean up the energy flow. Let's get the channels unblocked. Let's bring the energy life force back online. And then what does that do? The negative thinking dials down. So if you think about this, for every thought, you have a thought right now, there is a corresponding effect in your body. Because the mind sends signals, especially if you study neuroscience, there's neuropeptides that are released as the nerves fire and stimulate each other. And they release these molecules of emotion. Thank you, Candace Pert. And they go into your body and they attach on cells, on areas known as receptor sites. And they carry information and they put it into those cells, and those cells feel. So your body is a feeling organism.
It's always listening to what your mind is saying.
So your thoughts create your feelings. And when you marry thoughts and feelings together, you have an emotion. And so we use emotions, don't we, to read how we're feeling and thinking. It's basically you're reading your energy with your emotions. So wouldn't it make sense that if you could improve the feelings in the body, you would then conversely affect the thoughts? And that's why when you clear the energy disruptions in the body, now you start to have positive thoughts. And think about your mind like a broadcasting station. So you're either worrying and praying for bad things, because, just worrying is like a prayer, or you're emanating thoughts of positivity and benevolence and generosity and abundance. You're sending out a signal, information, into what's called the quantum field, the divine field. And this universe is listening. It's completely listening to your energy. So now when you change your energy from worry to trust, from fear to faith, from lack to love, you emanate that vibration. Your world changes, not just your thoughts, but what you call in. So I know it's a powerful conversation, but it's one that's worth having.
And when you come into contact with somebody whose energy is flowing, you can feel the joy, you can feel the charisma, you can feel the energy.
The glow.
I have so many people decades younger than me saying, I love your energy. And I'm like, oh, thank you. It's not mine. Right? It is pure energy. It is energy.
Because you're allowing.
Energy is everything. It's just you're feeling the possibility.
Yeah.
It's like sunshine. It's like they're feeling the sunshine that's inside me.
Aw, I like that. You look very sunshiny. Isn't that just looking at sunshine?
All right, the fifth reason.
Well, you really set it up.
Yeah.
Sunshine.
Is that connection. So the most important thing in our lives is this connection to love, connection to life, kindness, integrity, generosity. That's unconditional love, to be the best version of ourselves that we were possibly meant to be able to connect to a sense of purpose, to be able to feel like we're making a difference to the people that we love, to our family, to the world, whatever that is for us. And that's really hard when your body's in pain, or you have disease, or you're really tired, or you're looping in thoughts. So clearing up the energy allows for this, for me, this beautiful reconnection to my faith, an appreciation, to be so appreciative and so grateful, and to have the space to imagine and dream, and the space to listen and hear. And that just feels so beautiful and so satisfying. And Qigong is a movement, and we call it like it's like a full body prayer. It's letting your whole body participate in vibrant health and vitality, but also as a soul and as a spirit. It's such a beautiful thing to give to your body. It's like, this body is so sweet, and just taking a few moments to help it be the best that it can be.
You can't fake love like you can't fake sunshine. Either you got it or you don't, right? We're not making any declarations about our state of anything. We're just saying that when you do these arts and you get your energy back online, you feel beautiful. I like to say that life force is the lifeline to the divine. And so when we're in the receptive state, allowing this source, this love, this divinity to flow to and through, and there's no blockage or interference within the tissue and the body and the mind, there's a recalibration. We call it the energy detox and reboot. That reboot isn't just rebooting your body, it's rebooting your soul. It's remembering why you're here. Mm-hmm. You talked about motivation and purpose. Yeah. I just don't have the motivation. When you're in love with this, what this is, and you love and respect the body.
As a holy house, as a
holy
temple.
House, your motivation levels are off the chart. You know why? Because something is working through you and carrying you. You're not pushing a rock up a hill anymore. You're being called into a higher service. You're being called into a higher frequency. You are rising in vibration. And I know that if you're listening to this still, you get that. And it doesn't mean that people don't have it. It's just that we lose it. We get disconnected. We get off our path, and we're looking for an environment and people and models. We go, they got it. They're doing it. They're on track. And if I can, with strength in numbers, get onto the consistent path and do the right thing in the right way, at the right time, the right order, and I got the support around me, I know I can win this thing called life. And you can. Mm-hmm. But it's so important who we're surrounding ourselves with and who we're learning with and from. So we're always looking for who are the best teachers that we can go to, because we're students of life and we're students of energy, and we always will be. But we're so dedicated to the art, and we are here to dispense and deliver what we've discovered. And we have an amazing method. It's called Satori Method. And over 5 days, we're going to break it down for you. We're going to show you the method so that you too, if you love it and align with it, can go, yeah, I got it. Clear path. Thank you so much. Yep. And of course, you can hang out and train with us more. You can join the community and all that good stuff. But before you even get to that point, just come and give it a go. Yeah. Check this out right now if you haven't already. Go and get registered. Get the free Qigong course.
And share it with your friends.
Please do.
It's as simple as we all plug our phone in, right? We plug our phone in to reboot the battery. Mm-hmm. We got to plug ourselves in so that we feel great again. It isn't that the phone is broken. It's not something to be sad or shameful about. It just needs a detox and reboot.
Give it some love.
or do you ever have the washing machine isn't working? What do? You unplug it, plug it back in. Boom, miraculous things happen. Somehow that reboots it. So that's sort of what we're doing. Somehow maybe we got unplugged. We're going to plug back in.
I do have one final thing to share that I have noticed over the last, let's say, 5 years of being online. Because we're all online right now. We're on a device on a computer and we're learning online, which is amazing. Amazing. But there's so much information. There's so much content to sift and sort through. You can be on YouTube all day and wonder, how to get down that rabbit hole? So if you can sort through that stuff, cut through the fluff, and get to the real juicy stuff, you get results faster.
Yep.
We're all about, why do you do this? How do you do this? And then you go, makes sense, got it, I'm going to do it.
And we do it. So we're not saying you should do this. We're saying we do this. Come join us.
You'll hear us say this a bit. Greater comprehension leads to greater results. But my point is this. If you're here now listening to this and you're like, I don't know, I'm going to give it a go. These guys seem like they know what they're talking about. Or I'm an open-minded skeptic. We'll see. I'll put them to the test. We promise you this. We have saved you thousands and thousands of hours of sifting and sorting through all the things, and going to give you a method and a system that actually is incredibly inclusive to everything you've ever learned with spiritual, personal growth. In the method, you'll see where it all dials together.
Health and vitality.
We're like students of ballet and martial arts, and so we've been on this progressive journey of learning from master teachers how to go step by step to mastery. And we have that step-by-step system for you. This is the entry point. Yeah. So we're going to save you a lot of time. You're going to have a great time. You're going to learn some things that you've never learned before. We're going to bring the science. We'll bring the spirituality too. And we'll bring a whole lot of laughs.
When you go to that page, satorimethod.com/energy, you can see what other people are saying about attending this event.
That's right.
It absolutely is life-changing. And I just
Over
encourage
90,000 people been through it.
Because we're so happy and we feel so good.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Go to the event.
If you're happy and you know it, go to the event. Yes, we're goofy and we're silly and we really just love to play and have fun all day. Woo, woo. Seriously, man.
So it kicks off July 16th. There's absolutely no fee. You can attend live on Facebook or YouTube. Where once you register, you'll get an email telling you exactly how to do that. And if you can attend live, which I really hope you can because it's so fun, there are limited time replays. And then we actually take the replays, package them together, and they're sold as a program that's valued at $297. So this isn't, you're not going to come here for 5 days and not learn anything.
Right.
You're going to go, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just transformed my life.
People are like, oh, I'm going to go to a thing.
They're saying in the chat, it's true, it's life-changing. These guys are great.
You know what? If it wasn't fun, we wouldn't do it. Like, we're all about having fun. Like, Sabrina's like MO in life is snacks and playing. But we like to be serious. We believe that teaching is love. And so we take teaching very seriously. Like, we're not messing around and wasting anyone's time. If somebody comes to one of our events, we need to know they walked away going, dang, that was better. Like, especially free, we want you to say, that's better than any paid stuff I've ever had. Like, that's the whole over-deliver concept. We're down. But it's going to be fun. And it's not like a pitch. You come in, you tell some events you go to, and they're like, you need to do this, and you need to do this, and you need to do this, but they don't show you. No, we actually are having class workshops.
You're going to get up and do it.
You'll go get up and move and do stuff. All right, I think that's it.
All right, so those were the 5 reasons that everyone should do a detox and reboot event. And really, just you can text that link to your friends. You can put it on Facebook. You can email it. However you want to give it to them, it will translate. satorimethod.com/energy.
Have an amazing rest of your day, whatever day it is. And please join us again for the Sabrina Show. Much love.